According to ancient Vedic astrology, from the 15th of May to the 15th of June, the Sun is transiting the sidereal sign of Taurus, a moment of stability, security, improving our relationships and our finances. Namaste seekers, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nicolas Ulhich, and today we will be discussing the transit of the Sun, which is a very important transit, and it happens once every year and is going through the sidereal sign of Taurus. If you are new to the channel, I want to remind you that this is sidereal Vedic astrology, different from Western tropical astrology. Keep that in mind at the time of watching this video or listening the episode on Spotify. The Sun represents many things, but if we want to keep it only in 10 key concepts that you need to remember as a very important aspect of the Sun is that it provides us vitality, radiance, power, leadership, self-expression, creativity, confidence, illumination in terms of the actual light that we emanate as a person, the magnetism, and actually the spiritual illumination, energy, and our life force. The Sun is the natural Atma Karaka. Wherever the Atma Karaka, Atma soul, and Karaka significator, the significator of our soul, wherever is going, our entire consciousness is going into that area as well. And when I say area, I mean the zodiac signs, in this case Taurus, but the Sun, as you already know, it's coming from Aries. The Sun is exalted in Aries, but because was the axis of the eclipses during the transit of the Sun in Aries, we couldn't find that powerful energy of the Sun during that month. Now the Sun is moving to a sign which is more calm, it's more grounded or grounding, and there is no big things happening in Taurus at the time of the Sun transiting all this month from the 15th of May to the 15th of June. And that is very, very auspicious. It's not as strong as in Aries, but it's much better than being in the axis of the eclipses. If we can define Taurus in 10 keywords, we may say that it's related to stability, to determination, practicality, being an earth sign element. It has to do with sensuality because it's ruled by Venus, groundedness, being the sign of stabilization and seeking for security in life, perseverance. We all know that Taurus is very stubborn and won't stop till reach whatever he wants. It has to do with reliability. Taurus is very reliable as a person. If you know someone that is Taurus sign, this person will be always by your side, helping you and supporting you, unless you betrayed his or her trust. In that case, it's highly possible that you won't see that person again in your life. It has to do with patience. Taurus is extremely patient sign. Despite being very stubborn, is very patient, tolerant as well. It has to do with material abundance and loyalty. Between Taurus and Scorpio, we may find two of the most loyal zodiac signs of all. When we put together the significations of the Sun and of Taurus, we can understand that it's a moment for our consciousness, our Atma Karaka in general, to explore the idea of stability, determination, of practicality, groundedness. Let's go with groundedness, for example. Are you actually grounded in your life? And what are the means for you to be grounded? For example, whatever difficult time you may be facing right now or you faced in the past, what were your tools, resources, or methods to find peace, inner peace, to find calmness, to come back to the present moment, to reflect in a deeper sense, in a more insightful sense, not just looking for answers outside, but inside? What are your methods? Let's say, for example, you meditate every day at the same hour, in the same fashion. You have a very special technique like Kriya Yoga techniques or Kundalini Yoga techniques or Reiki. You have your method. Okay, so the groundedness is already there. But are you taking your groundedness to the next level? Let's say that sometimes, from time to time, you share your knowledge with others or you share your peace with others, and you find that by sharing, you expand your own peace. Well, by sharing, you expand your peace, you expand your insights, your clarity in your mind, your groundedness. By helping others to achieve this, you need to keep doing this if you really want to move forward in your level of practice. And this is karma yoga in the yogic path, to share what you know or what you have with others, like we are doing right now in this video or episode if you are watching or listening on Spotify. This is out of helping you only to understand the transits, to go farther into the path of consciousness, the path of self-realization. And also Taurus, having to do with stability, sometimes or most of the time, most of the people in many cultures, they try to find stability in money, in relationships, in a particular job position. And if you take that away from the person, they lose everything. And when I say everything because when you lose your stability, you lack that in every aspect of your life, not just in the place where that was taken away from you, but you are lacking now that stability, that sense of purpose, of clarity everywhere else. And that is not good at all. So my suggestion to you, my advice to you, unsolicited advice to you, is try to find stability within yourself. Try to access to the here and now by practicing pranayama. Everyone can practice pranayama. You can do some yogasanas to release any tensions from your body, any excess of low vibrational energies by doing a conscious and intentional movement every single day. The best is if you do it in Brahma Muhurta, which is between 4 and 6 a.m. in the Vata dosha hour, where we find a better and very deep connection with the subtle realms, and we can receive assistance from the subtle realm, and we can connect with the flow of energy that is taking place at that hour around the world of all the people meditating, monks praying, etc. It's known that most of the religions do their practices at 4, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, very early before the sun rises. And this is because the energy is very special, very powerful. If you do that every day, I cannot promise you that you will be always in peace. But I can tell you this, after more than a decade traveling around the world teaching these things to many different peoples, everyone finds a deeper sense of purpose, more clarity and more peace when they have a stable routine in which they can rely on. If you don't have a stable routine, the stability won't be there, the determination of Taurus will be very difficult to find, the patience won't be there because you want the results right now. But if you do a daily yoga practice called in Sanskrit sadhana, this will help you a lot. In order to have a proper practice of yoga called sadhana, you need to do some Ayurvedic cleansing called dinacharya. Dinacharya plainly means daily routine. It involves brushing your body, dry brushing, of scrubbing the tongue, of brushing your hair if you have long hair. That is advised to do not cut your hair in Ayurveda for more stamina and energy and connection through the 7th chakra. Then to take only cold showers. Cold showers are the key to loosen the muscles, the ligaments before doing yoga, wakes you up better than coffee or any other things. So try to practice dinacharya, to practice sadhana. If you would like for me to create a video explaining a little bit more in detail about sadhana or dinacharya, let me know below in the comments. For me it will be a pleasure. But if you don't want that, I will just keep with the predictions of astrology. But if you want that, I definitely will take some time to do it. Then the sun also has to do with vitality, and if you have been putting your energy in external things or in too many sensual things, like the pleasures of eating, the pleasures of sex, the pleasure of social life, but too much. You were too much outside of you, rather inside of you. That should be a balance, of course. Not everything is outside, not everything is inside, but you know what I mean. Now, vitality won't be that strong, and you will receive some revelations, let's say some insights of how to come back to a plenty, fully strong vitality, to have the energy, to have the health, to do whatever you want, whenever you want. But remember, a very clear, regular yoga practice will be a lot of help, not only during this time, but always. Also, considering that the Sun has to do with self-expression and creativity, and Taurus has to do with resources too. Now is a time where you may find the proper resources to express yourself in a better way to a larger audience. If you are an influencer, or you create content on social media, or you have a store, or you provide any sort of services, now you will find some keys to improve your self-expression, your self-confidence, and it may happen from time to time during this period till the 15th of June that your patience is under test. And that will happen in the house where you have Taurus in your natal chart. So we will go there in a moment, okay? Don't worry. And also Taurus has to do with finances and family. Be careful with your ego, that it's not between you and the relationship with your family. Don't put your ego on finances. Always put your reason, your logic, your clear mind, your calm mind into finances. Don't do things just out of the blue randomly because you feel to do so. Finances are a science. It's not just feelings. So be careful with expenditures during this time. In that sense, you may want to buy fancy things, being Venus the ruler of Taurus, and being Venus always looking for luxuries and expensive pleasures. Try to be mindful of this, and if you need to pay anything, you need to pay. But if you can wait, perhaps at the time of the Sun entering Gemini, your mind will change and you will realize that some things are not that necessary, and you can put the money to work for you through investments, for example, instead of just expending it randomly. If you are Aries rising sign, well, the Sun is the ruler of the 5th house, a house of dharma, purpose in life. It has to do with children, it has to do with creativity, and now it's transiting the 2nd house of finances, stability, security. Now there is a calmness that it's involving your children, it's involving your romantic partner, but also it's bringing a lot of extra creativity to you, extra creative intelligence that may help you to produce better results in terms of work. Because the 2nd house, where the Sun is transiting now for you, is a house of artha, work. Now artha is connecting with the house of dharma. So purpose and work want to be connected now. And you may find that in the place at which you are working, you can put a little bit more of consciousness, a little bit more of intention to make it more connected to your deeper sense of self, and not just do it for money. If you are doing it for money, it's the purpose of artha and it's totally fine. But now you may find this connection here and there to put more purpose into your path on your profession. And then the Sun transit in the 2nd house may bring a lot of I when expressing yourself. Try to be more empathetic with the others. Try to listen a little bit more in the case that you are making everything about yourself. Remember that everyone has emotions, not only you, and your emotions are very important, but also the emotions of the others. So Try to be a very good listener during this time. Your patience may be tried by your children or your romantic relationship. So try to be patient, try to pass the test, and you will be just fine. If your rising sign is Taurus, for you this is happening in the third house, a house of Dharma. And this is a very good placement for the sun in this moment, because it's the natural house for the sun. The sun wants to radiate, illuminate, to empower things with a lot of energy. And the first house is the house that more naturally can hold all the energy of the sun. Being the ruler of the fourth house, now the house of moksha, fourth house, that is related to family, to the mother, to vehicles, real estate. It has to do with inner peace, with your mindset, your psychology, is sending its influence to the third house of dharma, of vitality, purpose, direction in life. Now something is happening at home that is influencing your purpose in life. I cannot say more in detail on this particular thing because it's up to your natal chart, your Mahadasha and Antardasha, and even the solar return of yours, what it means specifically for you. But let me say a little bit more. Taurus in the rising sign makes you a person always looking for security before acting. And now connecting this with home, maybe you are buying properties or a vehicle, or something is taking place in your home life or in your family life or in the place, the country where you live. Let's say you don't live in the country you were born in. Okay, now the place where you live is causing some situations that are bringing you clarity, are bringing you more stability, and that is boosting your confidence to express yourself better and to reach a larger audience in your life. Also, the fourth house has to do with nutrition. Be mindful of your diet during this time. Try to do not overconsume calories. Try to eat healthy, organic. If it's possible, vegan will be the most aligned type of diet with the Vedic sciences. However, the Ayurveda science doesn't force us to eat nothing in particular, just mention this food has this property, this other food has this other property, and some of them are compatible, others no. The meat will produce these results and vegetables this other. Ayurveda doesn't judge you if you eat meat or drink alcohol, but definitely gives you an idea of the effects. And we don't want some of the effects, so better to eat vegan. But that is up to you. I am not giving you advice on the way you eat or what you eat, because I am not your Ayurvedic doctor. You should have an appointment with one if you want to know more, of course. Then, if you are Gemini rising sign, for you this is happening in the 12th house, a house as well of moksha, a house of losses, expenditures, the pleasures of bed, of sex. It has to do with the hidden things, with secrets, with the spirituality, connection with the divine, foreign lands, foreign cultures, past life, karma, retreats, imprisonment. Now the sun, it's not doing well there, and the sun rules the third house of communication. Now you may be attracting people, perhaps from the past lives, mostly will be men or male energies, that will give you some insights or some very valuable informations that will help you to improve the path of life and to improve the understanding that you have on a particular topic or over life in general. Then the sun in the 12th house may want you to be more by yourself, alone, going more out to nature, to be close to a big mass of water, to a lake, a river, the ocean. Try to put waves or ocean music in the background. That will help you a little bit to connect more. If you live in a natural place where close to nature and you can listen to the birds singing and the animals having like the normal day, will be very good for you to open the window, to let all these natural sounds come to your home and fill you with this 12th house energy. Meditation is the best ally you can have right now. Try to do it. Some karmas may come to you, not necessarily good or bad, just karmas that may be related to siblings, to information, short travels, or your neighbors overall. Be mindful of any particular contract or paper that you need to sign. Be very mindful, pay attention to all the details, and you will be just fine. If your rising sign is Cancer, for you the sun is transiting the 11th house, a house of income, recognition, karma, which karma has to do with social life and has to do with participating in the social life, being benefited by that, benefiting others through our interactions, networking. It has to do with projects and many other things as well. And is the ruler of the second house, a house of Artha. Now, Kama and Artha are connected. What is Kama again? Connection with others, happiness through others. And what is Artha? Profession, work, effort. Now you are entering a period of time which is 1 month every year, when the sun enters Taurus for a full month approximately. And this is activating the house of recognition, the house of income, the house of projects. You may find yourself right now in a project working with other people, networking, and that probably or potentially could create more wealth, abundance, stability or security for you. So it's a very good time to do an extra effort in the profession, at work, or in your projects to have even more results than usual. If your rising sign is Leo, the sun is the ruler of your rising sign. So whatever is the sun doing every single month, that is somehow changing the direction of your entire energy, your life, your purpose. And you need to be more mindful of the movements of the sun than the rest of the rising signs. The sun is transiting the 10th house, a house of art as well, profession, connection with society through our work, our talents, and ruling the first house of dharma, of purpose in life, direction. It has to do with vitality, power, everything that we already discussed when we said the meanings of the sun actually. Now the sun in the 10th, ruling the first, it's connecting again Dharma and Artha. In your workplace, you may feel, want, or start to experience that you can put more purpose, more clarity, more direction, more understanding, self-awareness through the events that are taking place there. Maybe you realize that that is not the perfect job for you. You need to find something more aligned with yourself, your own being, or you can start to create some small changes here and there to make your actual profession a profession more aligned with the being that you are, and not just what society, your family, or other people are expecting from you to do, professionally speaking. As well, you may receive some recognitions at work that will boost your confidence and will help you. Be careful to do not burn yourself by working too much, because now the sun is burning the house that is transiting and being the house of profession. Right now, perhaps you engage in some projects or anything that is going on at work that make you burn out. Be mindful of that. Take your time to rest. Do not use the cell phone after you leave your workplace. Try to just relax and be with the people you love or by yourself, but try to have enough time to rest after work and you will be just fine. If your rising sign is Virgo, the sun is transiting for you the 9th house, a house of Dharma as well, the most important house of Dharma, a house of blessings, of Guru, Father, and it's the good karma from past life. So this is a month every year that is bringing a lot of blessings to you. The sun is the ruler of your 12th house, a house of past life, karma, and it has to do as well with spirituality. Now for you is extremely spiritual month. Whatever you are doing right now, add to that meditation. If you are already doing meditation, go an extra mile in your practice, because you will for sure have great results during this period of time, and you will reach deeper insights, deeper and more amazing revelations about yourself, about life, about the divine, that potentially will change your life. And also, you may find yourself closer to your father or to your guru. Your guru may enter to your life if you don't have one, or if you felt a connection with a person in a teacher-student way and you didn't approach that person yet. Now that person may approach to you and bring some wisdom. A father figure like is coming this month, or is already there, providing you a lot of insights. But these keys or this new information or the spiritual insights that are coming to you may come with the hidden thing, that is, you need to let go something in order to grow in the sense that you are learning right now. You are learning something extremely important that is producing a change in you, that is leading the path of transformation and letting go something that is expired, that is old, doesn't work, doesn't help you, but this is still there and you need to let it go. Ruling the 12th, letting go, transiting the 9th, some new wisdom is entering your life, and that is amazing. If your rising sign is Libra, the sun is transiting the 8th house of moksha as well, of spirituality, transcendence, transformation, yoga, meditation. It has to do with inheritances, with the shared values or finances with others, specifically a business partner or your spouse. And now the sun there may be creating some insight, some strength, giving you some strength in the shared finances that may ultimately be translated into more wealth for you and your business partner or your spouse with you. And that is, of course, naturally amazing. The sun as well is ruling the 11th house, a house that speaks by itself, gains, income, recognition. It has to do with projects, networking. You are for sure right now starting a project with your spouse or a partner or by yourself, but it has an impact on others. And this project or this new aspect in your life will bring more recognition, abundance, and will connect you with the world in a much deeper and wider way. So enjoy. Be mindful that some intensities may arise between you and your spouse or partner, as a business partner. Try to be patient, as I mentioned before. Try to be practical. If it helps to engage in a conflict, do it, but with patience, empathy, and calm mind. But if it doesn't help you, it's not practical, try to avoid any conflict and wait till the sun enters Gemini. That will be your 9th house, and that will be totally different for you. If your rising sign is Scorpio, the sun is transiting your 7th house, a house of karma, pleasure through relationships, happiness, and also has to do with connecting with society and with people. The 7th house is the house of the spouse, the business partner. It has to do with your social projection, how you show yourself to the world, and how the world answers to you. And also has to do with your profession indirectly. And it's ruling the 10th house. So it has to do with profession, that house, and it's ruling the house of profession, the 10th, which is Artha. Now you are going through a period of time where at your work you are becoming a little bit more visible. This sometimes is very good and sometimes is not that good, because perhaps you commit some mistakes and because of that everyone is looking into you, trying to help you avoid future mistakes in that particular topic or area, and that is creating animosity. The sun is a natural malefic in a house of happiness. This is not good. 7th house is very strong, making the sun extremely present out there. And Now is a time to be very patient. You may attract very nice people to your life in this moment. Be very mindful with romances during this time if you are in a relationship, and more importantly, be mindful of potential romances at the workplace. I will advise you without request of my advice. I will still provide it to you. Try, if it's possible for you, to never mix job, work with romance or relationships. At the moment you mix both, this is the thing. Each area is unconsciously configured into archetypes. These archetypes work better in particular areas, but when you combine them, you create a natural conflict of interest that ultimately will result in problems. Perhaps not today, not tomorrow, in 10 years, but definitely conflicts will arise because not you or the other person is not doing well in the relationship, or you cannot handle that, but the contrary is that the archetypes behind work, behind relationships, don't go in the same direction together smoothly. One just one pleasure, the other one's results. You cannot demand results to a person, but you can give pleasure to a person. Sometimes job, work, it's not giving you pleasure, but if it is giving you results. So there are many things that I cannot say right now because it's a very deep and complex topic, but if it's possible for you, don't mix work with relationships. I am talking about romantic relationships. It's a time where you may find some male energy in your life that will help you at work or will boost your work productivity. Try to be patient, just 1 month, then the sun will move to a different house and sign. If your rising sign is Sagittarius, for you the sun is transiting the 6th house, a house of arta, work, profession. It's a house of struggles, difficulties, enemies, but also it's a house of routine, the things that you do in a regular basis. It's a house of disease, but also proves how to avoid disease, which is very good. And being the sun a malefic in a Dushtana house, this is good because in a way prevents the bad results by giving you insights of how to prevent it before it happens. And then the sun is ruling the 9th house, a very important house of good karma from past lives, guru, spiritual insights or wisdom. It has to do with higher education and your philosophy in life. Right now, it seems you need to do some adjustments to the philosophy of your life. Perhaps you indulge yourself too much in some pleasures, and that is creating a lack of consistency that is creating some health issues that perhaps is affecting your heart or your circulatory system. Try to do yoga daily, try to take cold showers if it's possible for you and your doctors agrees with it, and try to find a more consistent routine, daily routine. Wake up at the same time, go to bed at the same time, turn off your phone or at least put it in a airplane mode, so at least like 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes before actually falling asleep. Instead, read a book. It's not a good advice to read a book at bed. You should just rest or do a meditation or a relaxation technique like guided relaxation. But if you cannot do it, you need to do something. At least try to read Bhagavad Gita or the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, something insightful that help you to have a better rest, and not something that is agitating you the senses, such as social media or chatting with others. And then ruling the 9th house, these small changes in your daily routine will have a tremendous impact in your good luck and the blessings from past life and from the divine on you. So this is very, very important for you to follow. Dinacharya, sadhana, key on this month. If your rising sign is Capricorn, for you the sun is transiting the 5th house, the natural house of the sun, extremely important and good, and it's ruling the 8th house, house of moksha, of freedom, of spirituality, letting go, transcendence, meditation, yoga, healing. And the sun being in the 5th house, now perhaps you are going through a process of healing, a heartbreak, or something that happened with children or with a creative project of yours. Perhaps something happened that it didn't go as well as you planned it, and now you are suffering the consequences of that. Now it's a process of healing. But if nothing happened to you, this moment is a moment of extremely high creativity. You are very, very creative right now, and you have insights that are even touching the paranormal realm. You're receiving extra information right now to your consciousness through subtle means, and this is helping you to boost your confidence in the things you express, the things you share, and the things you do. Try to be mindful as well that the 8th house has to do with hidden pleasures, as the 12th house, we can say basically the bed pleasures, and the 5th house has to do with romance. Be careful if you are not planning to have children during this time, because you are a little bit more than usual interested in that topic, if you know what I mean. If your rising sign is Aquarius, the transit of the sun is in the 4th house, a house of moksha as well, of spirituality, spiritual freedom, of meditation, of the mother, house, home, vehicles, real estates, inner peace, inner joy, and is ruling the 7th house, house of the spouse, business partner, social projection, profession. Now, spouse, partners, or social projection work is connected somehow to your home, to your family life, to investments into real estate or vehicles, or the unconscious mind. Maybe during this time you find a little bit of conflict at home. Be patient, be kind, be empathetic, but don't stay where respect is not given to you. Just go. Don't even argue. If you answer with more disrespect to others, you are creating that karma. Whatever someone is doing to you is later on their karma, but your answer will be your karma. If you act accordingly to the behavior of others, no good in the low vibrational situations. If you have patience and tolerance and empathy, that definitely will give you good results later on. The 4th house has to do with basically sleeping, so you may feel a little bit restless during this time. The sun is too much energy in the house of sleeping, so try to do some meditation, relaxation before going to bed, to put some coconut oil in the plant of the feet, to do it with your partner if you have any. That will be also very good if you live together. And now perhaps you want to have more time at home, to stay a little bit more with your family during this month, which is totally fine. Be aware of your eating behavior. Perhaps you will want to go extra for the salty, the savor, or the spicy. If you feel okay and you are totally in peace, it's fine. But if you find that you have a pitta imbalance, try to avoid it as much as possible. And finally, if you are Pisces rising sign, the sun is transiting the 3rd house of communication and karma, connection with others, the happiness through relationships, and is ruling the 6th house of artha, profession, struggles, discipline, the daily routine. It has to do with order, organization. Now is a time to organize your thoughts, your ideas, your inner state, your inner situation, and perhaps the communication is a bit more spicy during this month. Try to be again patient, tolerant, empathetic. Don't fall from the provocation of co-workers or people in your life, And if you find that this is like really too much, try to do extra pranayama at least 3 times a day before eating with empty stomach. Try to use also coconut oil in your arms, in your hands. If you know digit pressure, which is the art of pressing specific and concrete points in your palms, try to do so, or go to someone to do it for you, to receive a massage, Ayurvedic massage of course, naturally. This will help you a lot, but pranayama, chanting mantras, having a soft, smooth, tolerant, patient conversation will make wonders for you during this time. And overall, covering now all the signs, all the rising signs, remember to always listen to your moon sign, to the sign where you have the planet of your current Mahadasha, because it will give you extra insights about what is going on for you during this month. This is a 1 month prediction, so be very mindful of that. And being the sun in Taurus, being in contact with nature a little bit more will be very auspicious, very good for you. Trying to do more yogasanas that ground you, to open the hips, to open your heart chakra, your first and second chakra through yogasanas, pranayama, meditation. This will make wonders for you, and it will help you to develop self-confidence, self-expression, and of course be more grounded. That is always welcome and very, very good. Without furthermore, I hope this transit of the sun through Taurus is very auspicious and delivers a lot of blessings to you and your loved ones. Thank you if you made it so far. If you haven't subscribed yet, I will highly appreciate it if you can subscribe. It's just 1 click and you help me immensely. Thank you so much for the support so far to this small but with a lot of love channel. I will keep updating you with the transit of the planets, and any advice or suggestions that you may have, let me know in the comments below. Namaste, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om Tat Sat, Om Namah Shivaya.